Catherine. I was once in love with a girl called Catherine. She was beautiful, smart and funny. I wanted her so much I would have done anything for her. She teased me a lot and played hard to get, but I knew deep down she wanted me too, and that someday we would finally be together and live happily ever after. But then I went to a house party, got really pissed and slept with her easy best mate. She never spoke to me again. Gutted. Still, it looks like I'm not the only person to have problems with girls called Catherine, because Vincent Brooks, the star of Catherine the video game, is getting it in the neck from 2 of them at once. You see, the 32-year-old boozy loser who spends most of his time in the game running around in just his boxer shorts clutching a pillow is being pressured by his girlfriend Catherine, spelt with a K, to settle down and get married. Then, after one particularly drunken night, he wakes up next to an incredibly good-looking girl also called Catherine, but this time spelt with a C. This one-night stand then spends the rest of the game trying her hardest to seduce Vincent by sending him saucy photos and texts. But why is she so keen on a low-to-no prospects guy like Vincent, and how does she always seem to turn up at the wrong place at the wrong time?
I have to work tomorrow, so I need to get home. I had fun tonight.
This storyline creates the backbone of Vincent's tale during the daytime, where he spends most of his time downing drinks at the Stray Sheep, the bar he and his buddies like to hang out in. Here you can interact with the patrons of the bar, unravelling their stories and trying to get to the bottom of yours. But it's at night when things go really off the wall, because as he sleeps, Vincent is thrust into a series of deadly nightmares populated with talking sheep and huge trap-filled staircases which are constructed from movable cuboid blocks.
What?
Vincent must get to the top of these staircases to escape his nightmare and wake up, because to die in his dream means to die in real life, and understandably, this is something old Vinny Boy wants to avoid at all costs. To scale these staircases, Vincent must push and pull the blocks, arranging them in a way that will enable him to climb to the exit. There are a certain number of block types, each having different attributes, and with new ones added in each dream, you have to learn how to handle each one and avoid them or use them to your advantage. The blocks have certain rules on how they react in the dream world. Push a block off the edge of the tower, and as long as one of its edges is touching the edge of another block below it, the two will link together. In this way you can create spiral staircases and bridges which enable you to climb otherwise unclimbable walls. There are many techniques you can use, like hanging off the edges of blocks and shimmying around to reach new platforms, and if you can master these techniques you will soon be arranging blocks faster than an attention deficit disorder child with a bucket of Lego. Some of the puzzles presented here will leave you scratching your head for ages, but don't think you can spend all night deliberating your every move. Each dream is timed, and as the clock ticks, the blocks at the bottom of the tower fall away. If you don't keep climbing, there is no escaping your fate. You will die, and this added pressure can really ramp up the fear factor of each level.
Are you serious?
The controls at times can be pretty clunky, especially when you're hanging from blocks behind the tower. Stop moving and your controls become reversed to reflect the direction you are facing, but this will really screw up your coordination as you struggle to remember which way to push your thumbstick. It's something you will learn to live with, but probably not get used to. Thankfully though, it's not a game-ruining problem. As the nights pass and Vincent falls into new nightmares, the puzzles and trials get harder and harder. Soon he encounters other sheep who are trying to climb the tower. Some of these will try to push you off the tower so they can reach the top first, while others who have been driven insane by the nightmares will actively try to kill you rather than just climb the heights. Special end-of-level enemies appear at the end of every nightmare. These super creepy embodiments of Vincent's paranoias are unsettling and just as abstract as the game itself. You'll be chased by demon babies with chainsaw arms and even a huge ass and tits monster. Each bad guy has a different attack and will climb even faster than the blocks fall, so you really need to speed up on these levels. Speedy climbs to the top of the tower will also award you with score combos, and gaining these will help you win gold awards in the story mode, which will unlock harder levels in the Babel mode, which is separate to the main game. Offline multiplayer is also unlocked once you complete the main game, so you can go climbing with a friend, although stripping down to your pants and sitting on the sofa together to play it is down to personal preference. The presentation here is great, and as a fan of anime I loved the cutscenes. Some of them were so long though I couldn't help wishing them away, wanting to jump back into the puzzles. The storyline is pretty deep though, and the whole game seems to be a metaphor for relationships, with each little event and experience being reflected somehow in Vincent's dreams. Choices you make and dialogues you choose to speak will affect the storyline, as your morals are constantly judged during the game, with a handy pop-up moral meter constantly showing you whether your decision was good or bad. Depending on your choices, you'll be presented with one of 6 different endings to the game. I got the bad cheat ending. I tried to be good at first, but in the end I just wanted Catherine to text me a picture of her boobs, so I gave up on being good altogether. I guess that says a lot about me, especially as Catherine is a drawing and not a real woman.
You must like what you see.
I'm not staring.
You're a bad liar.
Catherine is such a peculiar game, it's very hard to judge. I found the puzzle sections to be pretty mediocre. They just did not evolve enough for my liking, and soon became repetitive and predictable. The narrative and the cutscenes helped keep my interest though, and joining Vincent in his struggle to work out what the hell was going on really drove me on to complete the game. As a puzzle game on its own, Catherine would have been really boring, and as an anime-style RPG, the game would have lacked a lot of substance, but joined together in this way, the complete package is weirdly compelling. If you like your games to be original, you will love this. If you adore wacky Japanese-style visuals and storylines, you will love this. If you're a lover of abstract puzzle games, you will probably like this. If you're a casual gamer who spends most of their time playing Call of Duty though, this will probably confuse the hell out of you and quite possibly bore you to tears. Right, I'm off to try and find my Catherine on Facebook and cyber stalk the hell out of her. Oh, social media, you make me so naughty.
Holy shit. Oh man, this is not good.